Hey, what's going on, guys? Pineapple Sway. So I'm going to be talking about how to farm Mastery Gear and Corrupted Gear in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing. We're using a little different setup today. Today we're playing the game on the game's Steam counterpart. But let's talk about Mastery Gear and Corrupted Gear. I've made videos before on Mastery Gear and Corrupted Gear, but like in case you're still confused, Mastery Gear basically is just a better version of the weapon. Master 5 is the best variant you can get, and then there's going to be like Master 4 or just base Master. It goes from Master to, I believe, Master 2, Master 3, Master 4, and Master 5. There's no Master 6 after Master 5, and then it would be Corrupted Gear. And the main thing about Master Gear is there's really no difference. It's just the DPS. You're going to get better DPS. Slightly, it's not going to make a significant difference though. Like for example, here's a Master 5 Do Hardship, Tier 2, Two-Face SMG. And then somewhere in my inventory, here's a regular Do Hardship. It only has 1,297 DPS compared to the 4,787. And yeah, that's really about it. But, here's where things get interesting because there's also Corrupted Gear. And Corrupted Gear basically will have max DPS. Like, as you can see, this is the Corrupted Dr. Savani's Magic Bullets Notorious Pistol. Which I have mentioned, I've made a video about every Corrupted Gear item in the game, so you don't get confused. Not every Notorious item has a corrupted counterpart. And Infamous gear can't be corrupted, so be mindful of that. So with the corrupted item, as you can see, bullets fired from this weapon pierce through enemies, dealing 50% more damage per stack of Scales of Libra the enemy has, and successfully counters. Apply 10 stacks of Scales of Libra to all enemies within 10 meters. And then if we go down to the regular version of this weapon, I think I have it somewhere, or at least I thought I had it. It's going to be a lot different. Yeah, here's a Master 5 Doc Savani. This is not corrupted. Bullets fired from this weapon pierce through enemies and apply a stack of Scales of Libra and have a 25% chance to electrify enemies if they aren't already electrified. Some corrupted items are going to be a lot better than others, and then some master items are going to be a lot better than its corrupted counterparts. I know that may not make sense, but that's just kind of how this game works. Like, for example, one of the best corrupted items in the game is the Corrupted Vandal Savage Ignore Pain. And I will say, though, with Corrupted Gear, I've already talked about this, but you can craft Corrupted Gear. However, you have to unlock the recipes through the Nexus reward tracks in the individual seasons. Not many people, though, probably know that. And so you have to get all of these rewards up here to max to unlock the crafting recipes. Then you can craft them at the Penguin and get corrupted items basically just by crafting them. Or you can go through the difficult process of grinding Brainiac boss fights. But, we're not here to talk about that today. We're just mentioning that since it's a part of the gear system. With that being said, though, back to today's main topic, how to farm Mastery Gear. Well, it's actually pretty simple. You just have to play the game. Easier said than done. And if you want to get the best versions of Master counterparts, the best way to get that and the easiest way to get that is Mastery 150 plus. However, be mindful because from a season to season base, in episode 1 Fear, there is no Master Gear. I think it's just Master only. There's no Master 2, 3, 4, and 5, and there's no Corrupted Gear. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but in case you're new to the channel, you may not know that. Same thing with Finite Crisis. There's only Master Gear. There is no Corrupted Gear. So do not waste your time grinding boss fights on Finite Crisis and the Season of Fear. I believe it was added in, I want to say Corrupted Gear was added in the Two-Face episode Duality. However, I do know, from what I understand, the Duality gear is still glitched. At least for me, so I've been never able to get corrupted items. But, so yeah, Master Gear basically just drops from the higher Mastery missions you do from the Nexus. You have to grind these Mastery missions from a season to season basis, and at the same time, when you grind the Mastery missions, you unlock these reward tracks. and then therefore you'll be able to unlock crafting recipes, and then you can craft corrupted gear from the penguin, then you can craft master gear. It's pretty simple and pretty easy. It all just revolves around playing the game. Don't waste your time grinding Fight Night Crisis or Season of Fear unless you want, to flex your leaderboard placement, although I don't even think the leaderboard updates anymore. So yeah, really the best season, honestly, if you want to farm master gear and grind corrupted gear, is episode 8 and 7, because those just have the best play styles, in all honesty. The best mutators, the easiest Brainiac boss fights are all pretty simple. Like episode 7 doesn't even have a Brainiac boss fight, so it's going to be really easy. You can just complete it in 10 minutes at high mastery and go from there. Also, a big part of gear and what's going to kind of define your gear is not only, your gear, but your talents are going to play a big part of, your gear and how it works. If you don't have good talents, then your gear may not be the best. Same thing with your character talents, your individual character talents. Make sure you're running things that make sense for the weapons that you're using. You don't want to have a pistol enhancement when you're running a shotgun. It just doesn't make sense logistically. So just be mindful of that stuff. There really isn't a right or wrong way to grind mastery gear. It's just by simply playing the game, and the higher mastery you go, the better chances you have of getting mastery gear and corrupted gear, since in episode 7 and 8 as well, corrupted gear drops in the regular pool, not just the Brainiac boss fights. Anyways, though, a lot of information, but I'm kind of just making this video for people who might be confused, can click on it at any given time and just kind of listen to my input and know the difference between mastery gear, corrupted gear, and regular gear, and really the best way to get them. Anyways, though, this is Pineapple Sway. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely weird playing this game on the PC port, and I have some more stuff planned to bring you guys for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And I know I've mentioned, mod showcases. It's just I'm having difficulty installing them since it's a bit confusing and difficult with the anti-cheat. Anyways, though, this is Pineapple Sway. Peace out.